Well, good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas from the Forge. It's Christmas morning. It's about 9 a.m. Everything's been taken care of. The kids has been taken care of. And we've just had a wonderful Christmas. Last night I had a live that you can watch if you would like to, where I sung some of my favorite hymns for Christmas, just like I used to do in the old days when the brothers and sisters got together. But anyway, this morning, in this video, last week, you saw me take a piece of metal and fold it back on itself and create this hammerhead right here, okay? So this is soft iron. What we're going to do is take a piece of 1095 carbon steel and weld it to the face of this so that it will have a hard face. If you don't do that, you will just simply destroy the front of your hammer, whatever you're hammering on, whether it's nails, rocks, whatever. So since this is going to be a little boy's hammer, I'm going to put a face on it of 1095 high carbon steel. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. Now I annealed this piece of metal because if you cool it in water or whatever else you cool it in, you're not going to be able to do what I'm doing right here. I'm making sure that at this particular point, this is really good and flat. You can see that I'm filing it, and it's filing really easy. Now the piece of steel that we're going to weld to this plate, you guys, is just a piece of 1095. This is knife maker steel, okay? But it hardens up really, really good, and it will do that for this project. Now, traditionally, what they would do is they would get this right here just about white hot, okay? They would took this piece of metal right here that we're going to use, and I need to clean it up so that it will weld really good. They would take a chisel and they would chisel like spurs in this piece of metal right here, right? This piece. They would turn them things up, and when they had this white hot, they would take this cold and they would drive it into the face of the hammer that they're working on, or whatever tool they were working on. That held it in place, okay? But since I have a welder over there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack weld this piece of 1095 to this piece of low carbon steel and hold it in place that way. In other words, I'm going to use modern technology to do this. And if you think it's easy to do to hold a piece of this metal in the fire and drag it out, thin stuff, and get it on there and hit it and get it in place without a helper, guys, it's hard to do, okay? All right, you all, there you go. I've got that tacked on there now. I'll just take the grinder and I'll cut this off over here. We'll heat it up and we'll slap it right there in the forge. We'll bring it up to the welding heat. I hope that fire's getting good and hot there. Now that it's getting hot, you guys, let's take it over here to the flux. I'll just do it right here. Remember, you guys, let your flux melt before you put that back in the fire, okay? And you can see, well, you can't see, but what you're looking for when you're putting your flux on there is no scale. If you see scale, knock that scale off of it before you put it back in the forge. Set that weld, you all. Go back in here. Reflux that thing really good. When you're forge welding, don't play around. Once you set that weld, put that thing right back in the heat. You don't want it to cool back down. Start that. We're going to bring that up to the hardening heat. Until it goes to purple. All right, you all, right there we go. We've got a hammerhead with a hard face on it now. And that should be pretty tough. I got the dropsies this morning, you guys. That should not dent at all. And of course it will not. Now all we got to do is put a handle in it. I'll do that one day off video for the little man. All right, you all, thank you for joining me on this Christmas morning. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. And of course, you guys, that battery went dead in the Hero camera. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you learned something from this video about how to hard face a tool. That's the way you do it with just about any tool that you make. With that, you all, may the good Lord bless you. Have yourself a wonderful day.